This is Greg BieLSki.
Howdy, folks. Ready to roll?
Ready.
Alrighty.
Who's your flower, though, first?
This is my guitarist, Amy L. Nitrate.
Okay, so it's Greg and Amy.
Amonitrate. Amy L. Nitrate.
Oh, does she smell good?
Yes, she does. She's ready to roll. She got her cute little skirt on that I made for her last night, and her bass, and her sheet of chrome pin, and we're ready to roll.
All right.
This one is called All in the Name of Art. This is going out to Sharon DeRose and the Dunn Boys south of the Mason-Dixon line. Here we go. Nancy, she was a naive girl living in her high school world. She was smooth, soft, and seductive, hell-bent upon self-destruction. She told me beauty's only skin deep, that life's a bitch and talk is cheap. Told her ignorance is bliss, so she took the razor blade and slashed her wrists. Nancy, she had it all together. She's the type of girl who'd never say never. She didn't fancy art or fashion, even though she was always in search of passion. Told me keep my head held high because life's a bitch and then you die. I told her just what she said so she could put a bullet in the back of her head. Art. All in the name of, all in the name of, all in the name of, all in the name of. Nancy, 6 feet deep in trouble, all those years in her own little bubble. She lived in her own little world with the body of a woman with the mind of a girl. Nancy was too blind to see that life's a bitch and foolish to be. Nancy's gone, but she played it smart and she took her life all in the name of art. Art. All in the name of, all in the name of, all in the name of, all in the name of.
Art. Wow, that was amazing. Amy, you are just the cutest frickin' guitar player I've ever seen. So we got tons of chords over here, but it's an obstacle course, but that's okay. So grab this or that or whatever.
All right.
And maybe Amy can have a mic. So that was really inspiration beginning. Nancy is a very interesting name, too, to use, because you know who you immediately think of, right?
Well, the original Nancy, this goes back to when me and the Dunn Boys used to run with this girl Nancy when she was 15, and she was a wild.
Wow.
And I actually tried to contact her recently, but she'll have nothing to do with me, and my friend said, no wonder you killed her off in every verse.
Yeah, she's really alive?
She is alive and kicking.
She didn't do what you
has
said
a,
she
has
is?
a family. She's good to go.
Wow, so
She's
Nancy.
denied her past.
Well, Nancy, you will live forever in that piece of work, and there is no doubt about it. So today is September 11th. It's a somber day, but an interesting day that we will always remember. And interesting enough, they have claimed this day to be National Hot Cross Buns Day. So we do have buns for everyone today to celebrate that day. And let's just go through what happened on September 11th in many different years, and other things happened on that date too, So let's see. Another horrible thing that happened on September 11th is last year the consulate at Benghazi. That was 1 year ago today, and we all know the ambassador to Libya, Christopher Stevens, and 3 others in the Cairo embassy was attacked, and they are angels with us on this day. So, they have joined us on this day. The U.S. commemorates the victims of the terrorist acts of September 11th, 2001. For the first time, no special security alert was issued on the anniversary 1 year ago. So I guess today has no special alert emergency. You traveled from Pittsburgh and you had no special.
I got here 35 minutes early, so.
You got to talk.
I got here 35 minutes early.
Yeah, so
there was no traffic coming in town
I
today.
guess the what is that force called again? I can't even remember. The big force now that they have, home security, homeland.
Okay.
I guess they were doing their job. They got you here very quickly. Serena Williams was defeated on this day in 2011. Isn't it funny? Because we all know she just won in 2013, but that was the Australia Open. And what else happened? LaToya, growing up in the Jackson family, went on sale on this day. Oh, LaToya. Do you love the Jacksons? I guess not.
I'll plead
All
the Fifth
right.
Amendment on that.
Wow. Well, September 11th in 1988 had something called Sports Aid. I don't think anybody remembers that, do you? It was jogging to feed the world. I guess that didn't work, right? I know. Donna Karen got married on this day to Stephen Weiss. I don't know if they are still married or not, but, happy anniversary, Donna Karen. Yeah. What else happened? The Carol Burnett Show premiered on this day. Did you watch that show?
Yes, I did as a child.
Yeah, of course.
When we only had 3 channels in gravity, there's not like these kids today with 1,000 channels.
And they can find nothing to watch, right? Exactly. Well, Carol Burnett made her start on television on this day, 1967. The Beatles' Magical Mystery Tour bus was driven around England on this day. See, a lot of good things happened on this day, too. We got to remember, it's the day that the Rolling Stones performed on the Ed Sullivan Show.
Wow.
That must be why Bin Laden picked this day. It's all about sympathy for the devil, I know. The Beatles' Help album went to #1 and stayed #1 for 9 weeks on September 11th. See, Help, of course. What else would it be? The Beatles also cut Love Me Do and P.S. I Love You with Andy White on drums on this day.
I never knew that.
Did you ever know Andy White played drums for the Beatles?
No, I did not.
And the funny thing is, it was in 1962, and that is the exact day that Ringo Starr replaces Keith Best of the Beatles. Same day, and neither of them did the drumming on those tracks.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
That's crazy, right? Today is also the day of Bob Dylan's first New York performance, September 11th, 1961. See, there's a lot of interesting things. Duke Ellington wins the Spring Arn Medal for his musical achievements on this day. I mean, you can't get any better than that, right? And Lee Merriweather, who remembers Lee Merriweather? She became Miss America and the first one ever crowned on television on this day. And that must be why she became Barnaby Jones's secretary, because she was a TV star after that. So I guess by being Miss America on TV, it kind of like planted her seed to be a television star. Yeah. Dick Tracy TV show sparked uproar concerning violence on this day. See, it goes back to the violence. And Benjamin Franklin on this day, September 11th, in 1773, wrote, "There never was a good war or bad peace." Now, what happened to that quote? Ben Franklin I love Ben Franklin. And, smart man. There never was a good war or bad peace. I think that should be the motto for the world.
Yes.
I really do. Birthdays on this day. Ludacris has this birthday. Maria Bartiromo. Joey Ramone was in love with her. She's like an analyst on CNN. He wrote a song about her, Maria. Yes, Moby has this birthday. And then Christy McNichol. Who doesn't remember Buddy? I mean, Buddy had this birthday. Yeah, she had a rocky road. I think she could blame it on the date. Neil X, the rocker from Sig Zig Sputnik. His birthday is today. John Moss, the drummer from Culture Club. Birthday. Amy Madigan. You remember Uncle Buck? Amy Madigan?
Yes.
Yeah, her birthday. Leo Kottke. You know Leo Kottke? I actually saw him play a million years ago, and it's his birthday today. Lola Falana. She was born in New Jersey. I never knew that.
I never knew that.
So it's her birthday today, too. Mickey Hart, drummer. Do you know a band?
Grateful Dead.
Yeah, his birthday is today. Brian De Palma. If you don't know, he's from New Jersey also. It's a Jersey day. Look at that. He was the director of Body Double and Dress to Kill, and so many more things. Valentino, the famous fashion designer who designed exclusively for Jacqueline Onassis, with every other designer that says that they were exclusively for Jacqueline Onassis. She had some wardrobe. I used to do the song I Want to Be Jackie Onassis. I think I have to start doing it again. Do you know that song, Human Sexual Response? Best song ever?
No, I do not.
Oh my God, I'm going to have to redo it. Catherine Damon. Did you ever watch Soap? Soap was the best show ever. Her birthday is today. And probably you don't know this guy's name, but you will know who he was in a second. His name was Pinto Colvig. It's his birthday today, and he was the voice of Goofy and Pluto. Yeah, what would the world be without Goofy and Pluto? I wonder if he could even speak, that man, you know? I mean, he didn't really have to. And angels, yes, angels on this day, we celebrate anyone who passed away this day. So anyone who passed away on this day, please be an angel with us today. And anyone in those towers. But other people who also passed away on this day was Fred Ebb, who was the lyricist for Cabaret. I don't think the world would be the same without Cabaret. I really don't. John Ritter. This is the day that John Ritter became an angel. So thanks for joining us today, John Ritter. Kim Hunter, who was in the movie version of Streetcar Named Desire. Can't go wrong with her. These are just sad ones that got mentioned for 9/11. Barbara Olson, who was a political commentator writer on Politically Incorrect. She was one of the people that were in the Trade Center. Barry Berenson, a photographer, actress, another, and David Angel, producer of Frasier, happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, or the right place, and he's with us today. So that's a lot about this day. It is a crazy day in New York City, but it's hot and gorgeous. It reminds me exactly of how it was that day. I think it's the closest one to it since it ever happened. But we're going to have a great time. And Amy, what are you going to do? Are you going to hang out with us all day? I guess
She's speechless from being on the show, so I'd be more than happy to hang.
So just before we start, we do like to share our hot cross bun muffins, but we need to get a skeleton from your closet.
Whoa.
So can you share a skeleton?
Oh, certainly.
All right, let's hear
You'll
one.
enjoy this skeleton.
All right.
Now, I used to be close friends with GeGG Allen.
Ah.
He never knew my real name.
How close of friends were you?
Pretty darn close.
Like what did he call you?
Actually, I had a nickname,
Yeah.
and I gave him my nickname. He knew my mailing address, and that was it. But
What's
he
your
never
nickname?
Even, I'd rather not go into that.
Oh,
but-
Nancy,
okay.
where are you?
Well,
Let me
okay,
meet
if
you.
you want my nickname, this goes back to when I was 15. We were all smoking out the back of the house, and my mother yells out the window. She goes, "God damn it, you're gonna get emphysema if you keep doing that." And my buddies looked at me and they said, "That's like the perfect punk rock name for you."
Emphysema.
And it stuck.
Emphysema.
And it stuck, yeah. So I would go by MP just because emphysema is not too pretty of a name.
MP,
And
military
then,
police.
Yeah, and then I became friends with GeGG right before he was arrested by the Secret Service in 1989. And when he was locked up, he had contact with nobody except myself and a couple of his close friends. Nobody knew where he was. And
wow.
our friendship took off. I did music with him. I helped him with legal work.
Wow.
I did flyers, artwork, all kinds of type things for him. And we became the best of friends, and I got to see a different side.
Now, do you know his real name?
Yeah, Kevin. Well, actually, it's Jesus Christ.
All right.
Now, anybody whose parents would name their kid Jesus Christ, you're going to have issues.
You're definitely going to have issues.
Switch with me. I love the bad Mike it up.
But it was like we became the best of friends,
wow.
and I got to see a side of him that nobody really got to see. Now, Mike Edison, who will be on the show later,
yeah.
He was also a close associate to GG's.
Wow.
And
so was Gigi from where you're from?
No, Gigi was from Manchester, New Hampshire.
Okay.
Actually, the three of us sharing the rows, Gigi and myself, all hooked up like in August of '89, right before Gigi got arrested by Secret Service. And Sharon and I have been friends ever since, 20-some years now, 25 years. And she's my best friend. She takes care of me. She's my caretaker, just like she took care of Gigi.
That is cool.
And, I got to see a different side of the man. I mean, even just hearing his name puts fear in people, and people just... but that's what he wanted. That's what he wanted. But luckily, fortunately, I was able to see a different side of the person, and he was the most funniest person I've ever met.
I can believe it.
Would go great lengths to entertain his friends, and it's kind of like what they say about the clown. The clown is the funniest person, but yet suffers the most.
Yeah. Totally.
So pretty much that's my skeleton. That he even came out in an interview a few weeks before he died, and he goes, I don't even know the guy's name. He's great.
Oh, he didn't need to. He knew you.
I just didn't want him showing up at my mom's house. That's
all.
Could you imagine that?
I think it would be a story for Mom. Emphysema and Jesus Christ. And we will be back with somebody whose initials actually are MP. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Yeah. That's great.